We don't have all the information. It's the same as celebrity gossip.
Right.
We never have all the information. It's very, very difficult to talk about something or clap about something or have an opinion when you don't even know all the facts.
Right.
We're operating off of hearsay. But for what it was, none of that was all right. None of it was necessary. It doesn't matter what he went through before. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Some things, it doesn't matter what you were going through before or what happened after. For what we saw in the video, it was unnecessary.
Okay, John Cardillo, does it matter what happened before? We're hearing now that he was attending to a suicide and a near suicide, and he was questioning whether he should have even shown up at a problem like this. Now, mind you, it was like, what, 3 or 4 911 calls in maybe before he responded, but should he have put himself in this after all he'd been through that day?
Well, he doesn't have a choice. I mean, you're a psychologist on the panel. Her name is Judy. I agreed with 85% of what she said. But police officers don't choose the jobs they respond to. The dispatcher goes over the radio and tells them where to be. And they go and they respond. They don't have the luxury of saying, "Hey, I'm stressed out. I'm not going to show up."
John, you had told me. John, you had told me there's a criteria of cowardice or something. Is that right? That if they don't go, they're violating some policy of in being a coward.
No, I didn't have that. I don't think that was you and I, but I don't. Sure. I mean, culturally, you want to respond and back your partners up, but I don't believe that was the case here. This was a really large crowd, as Mike says. That's the crux of the issue. This was a big crowd. Some reports were telling the police it was over 100 people. In a case like that, it's an all units response. Every available unit goes. You don't know if they have guns. You don't know if they're armed. You don't know if they're gangs fighting with gangs until you get there. It's easy to laugh and say it's a 14-year-old girl.
Next up, yes, sir.
But we don't know that.
Yeah, John, hang on.
Well, just kind of going off what the gentleman was saying, like, honestly, I think that's BS, because as a police officer...
You're a police officer?
No. I'm saying
if
as
you
a police
were
officer,
one.
yeah, it's a police officer's job to protect and to serve, and you're supposed to be trained to be able to handle situations on that, not SWAT rolling like some urban ninja.
Hold on, Judy's got something to say to that.
Listen, this is the problem, though. I think the problem is way bigger. We're talking about the situation only, and really the problem goes all the way back to evaluation of the police when they're being hired, and what is the actual criteria. And we actually select oftentimes for criteria of aggressiveness, because we do necessitate that a little bit in our policemen, and there is no nationalized standard of what types of characteristics we're looking for, Dr. Drew. So the problem goes back to even the moment of hiring and their training. And if that is faulty, how do you expect them to respond? They might actually be following their code book to the letter.